end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do. Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Caught by Flowers. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book. Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
He was looking for Zay Flowers. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Lamar now from the gun. To the left side, caught by Andrews. The 44-yard line. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Here we go, set.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Buying some time right. On the run right, throwing deep down. It connects on the deep shot. He has the Carolina touchdown. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines. Because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker. Because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. It's an option right that begins this drive. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Offense to the line for second down. Henry running to the left. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. Moving in the right direction, 5 yards there, but still got a 3rd and 9 coming up. Lamar back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Launching deep. He's got it. Looks like the feet are in bounds too. Oh, I don't believe it.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's brought down for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Here's 2nd and 11. Has him on the quick hitter. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Jackson throwing here. On the move, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Here's Lamar. He's going to push one deep down the... Intercepted in the end zone. Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. And the Panthers get a great return up close to their own 30 before they're able to drag him down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Check, huh?
Out of the gun, Young. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
From the 26 on 2nd down. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Panthers will gain possession up beyond their own 20 after a nice return. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
On 2nd and 10, Young escapes the pocket. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Ready. Ready.
Young on the play action. It is cut left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ready.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. He's on the move. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
Ready, set.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Set, cut.
They are throwing it again. That's complete to Leggett. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for...
This has been a trend, yet another interception. Roquan Smith with the pick. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away. You've heard that very common term in draft vernacular called catching radius. Let me tell you, as a quarterback, you love tight ends on drag routes because that catching radius for such a big target, and you see him, you eye him, and there's a comfort level between QB and tight end to make that connection.
Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it, thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Short pass brought in. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. They motion a receiver left. Throwing now on first down. It's Jackson. Complete, Derrick Henry. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackle made by Dane Jackson.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really important.
And he's got a touchdown, but there's a flag down. Might be defensive, though. I think this touchdown should stand. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Blackshear on the return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down.
On the set.
This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half.
Set, ready.
To the air on first down, Young. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up second down.
Down.
He'll throw it. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Nate Wiggins has got it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Panthers are going to take over after the interception. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That's taken in by Henry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get, it's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Jackson now on 3rd. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Panthers have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Ready?
This drive will begin with Hubbard. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Come on, set.
From the 46. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's gonna be 3rd and long.
Here we go, set.
Looking to throw, Young. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And they're gonna be stuck with a 4th and long. Carolina in punt formation. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. Play action. Here's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. 35 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
They go play fake with Jackson. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. A tight end in motion now. Play action now with Jackson. All in left side.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Alpha, sit on.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Blackshear on the return. And the return takes them down inside the opposing 40. Some excellent field position here.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field. And you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
Young on 1st and 10. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Let's go now. Cut.
1st and goal, Hubbard has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Jadeveon Clowney on that stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down, he takes the option right. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Looking to throw. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Complete to Tremble. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Coming in for the stop was Michael Pierce.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Panthers in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter.
Okay, right?
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready. Set, go.
From the 37. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Has it down close. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Set, cut.
Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Just not quite enough to break the plane, and now it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
Set, ready.
He has it on the QB sneak. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Panthers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Power squib kick is taken in. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Yo.
Lamar now from the gun. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. No slated downs to approach here from the 40. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Play fake, Jackson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Panthers take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game.